In this video, survey says we will review Family Feud Decades for the Wii. So we're going to be reviewing Family Feud Decades for the Wii, and I got to tell you what this game's about. First of all, if you've never seen Family Feud, let me run through it really fast and tell you what it's about. Family Feud is a game where you try to get to 300 points by answering top survey questions. So they'll give you a question such as, which animal do kids want to see first when they go to the zoo? And you'll give an answer, and if it's up on the board, you'll get to play. First, you'll start with a face-off. And you'll try to get the most popular answer, the number one answer. If you give the number one answer, you decide whether to play or pass the survey. If you give a number three answer, the other team gets to decide whether, gets to try to guess. And if they give a higher answer, they get to decide whether to play or pass. If they give a lower answer, you get to decide whether to play or pass. If you pass it on to the next team. The family, you pass it on to the other family. If you play, you got to try to get the top survey answers. If you get 3 strikes, then control goes to the other team, and they get to try to steal by giving one of the answers up on the board. If you give all the answers on the board, you'll win the points. If it goes to the other team and they give a top answer, they'll get the points. If it goes to the other team and they don't give a top answer, then the points go to you. First team at 300 points wins. There's 4 different rounds. There's 2 normal rounds. Then for the third round, points are doubled. Fourth round, points are tripled. If no one gets to 300 points by the end of the 4 rounds, you go into face-off to somebody who reaches 300 points. When you reach 300 points, you go into what we call fast money. And fast money is where you go and you try to get 200 points by answering rapid-fire survey questions. You get 5 of them. You got to answer them in a row. And you can always pass, and if you get 200 points, you win $20,000. Now, in this game, Family Feud Decades, you get to try to, you play on different, the decade sets. So you get the set from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. And they take the survey questions directly from those different decades. That's really it for this game. I mean, in this game, there is, you have the families again. They took out the different weeks. In the original Family Feud game, they had different shows. Like they go show 1, show 2, you play against different families. And this one, there's 3 different families in each decade. And in each decade, there's a different difficulty. So there's since there's 4 decades, there's 4 families for easy mode, 4 for middle mode, and then 4 for hard. That's really all I have to say about this game. I'm going to talk about, give my rating now. I'm going to give it everything. I'm going to give it a buy, a rent, and a skip. It's worth a buy if you don't have a Family Feud game in your collection. If you love game shows and you have all of Ludia's other game show games, but you don't have a Family Feud game, this is worth a buy. It's worth a rent if you have this one and you want to try this out and then decide if you want to buy it or skip it. Because it's really an identical clone to this game. It's really an identical clone to this game. I'm not going to say skip the game because it is pretty exciting to play on the different Family Feud sets. The only bad thing is they don't have the different hosts for each game. They just have the same guy announcing all 4 decades. But it's not worth a skip. It's worth a rent if you have this one. If you have this one, it's an identical copy, so just rent it. Don't go spend the money in buying it. Just rent it. If you don't have any of the Family Feud games in your collection, this is definitely worth a buy. The rating I have to give it, out of 5, 3 out of 5. I mean, it's really an identical clone to this game. I mean, if you have this game, it's like a 3 Wiimotes out of 5 type deal. If you don't have this game, it's a 5 out of 5 to add to your collection. So, basically, what I want you to take away from this review is it's a great game, but if you have this one, it's worth a skip or a rent. If you don't have any of the Family Feud games, it's worth a buy. Now, before I end this review, I want to give a cheat code to this game. The cheat code to this game is when you do your avatar, there's a little lock, there's a padlock under one of the options for your avatar. If you have the promo code, you can enter in the promo code and get more options for your avatar. I'm going to give you the promo code for this game. The promo code for this game is PRIZE. P-R-I-Z-E. PRIZE. P-R-I-Z-E. I tested it last night. It works. PRIZE is the promo code for this game. So that is my review of Family Feud Decades. You can always comment below.